transformation executed by unprecedented precision, a diabolical athlete.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of ECW Unstoppable. And coming down to the ring is the general manager, Xavier Chalfant. He has some huge news for us here to kick off Unstoppable. What is it going to be? Xavier vowing that the Legends Championship will come to Unstoppable and issuing CM Punk, Tommy Dreamer, and Seth Rollins with a special someone from outside of the company to make up the 4 members who will fight for Team Unstoppable in that Legends Championship. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is our first contest of the night. We are 2 weeks away from the ColdHearted pay-per-view. And it is starting off with one half of the tag team champions, Tonga Loa, without his right-hand man by his side.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, one half of the ECW World Tag Team Champions, Tonga Loa.
We saw some chaos last week when it came to Hardcore Evolution, taking out the entire roster. Quite a bit of a theme for those goons, but Tonga Loa hopefully getting some answers here tonight after his buddy, his brother, Tama Tonga, got thrown off a balcony onto an explosive rig, a fireworks rig that we use before and after the show. And Tonga Loa looking to get some revenge here tonight thanks to Xavier Chalfant, their GM. So here we go, Tonga Loa taking on one of the masked men that was responsible for taking out Tama Tonga. The man with the chain. And it looks like we're going to get some chain wrestling to kick us off. Armbar locked in by Chain Gang. Lantern on the arm of Tonga Loa, who is also a part of that backstage brawl that we saw last week to kick off Unstoppable. Beautiful arm drag, though, to end the series. And going back again, some more chain wrestling between these two. Of course, Tongaloa God without a tag team championship match thus far at ColdHearted. And a cheap shot there by Tongaloa trying to get an advantage. What a sweep through. Not able to get a single count in that pinfall. Tongaloa fighting back. Man with the chain. Stronger than Tongaloa. This time both of them break it up clean. A ripcord knee. Also later on tonight we will see Dragon Lee, who was attacked as well. He will take on one of the masked men, the Shield, later on tonight in a rematch of their television title match. And finally in our main event, this Falls Count Anywhere match between Jade Cargill and Hollywood Haley J. Cover here now, count of one. And kick out. As Haley J defeated Jade the weekend of her losing her women's championship. Will she be able to go 2-0 against the Queen of Extreme? We'll have to see later on in our main event. Disaster kick by Chang Gang. Nice kick there. Tongaloa worse for wear without his brother by his side. But neither man with anybody in their corners. Double stomp here. We know Shield has a matchup later tonight, but where is Metal? Gotta be lurking backstage, which means they are up to no good. Of course, we don't know how long Tama Tonga's going to be out. Hopefully, we can get him back in the next couple of weeks ahead of ColdHearted. Big drop kick there. Trading off the rope, Superman punch. Might be worse for wear. Tongaloa going for GTK. The knee on Tongaloa. Cover 1, 2, and kick out by Loa. Oh, go for spear, misses. Tongaloa trying to get some offense. Back body drop it. Wait a minute. What the hell? Who is that? I need my glasses. I can't see. Is Sean Spears? What is Sean Spears doing here? TDA's Sean Spears. Cover by Chain Gang. And a rope break by Tongaloa. Fans can't believe it. Sean Spears distracting Tongaloa. Pop-up Insagiri. Maybe TDA are challenging GOD for the tag team titles after all. Big punch lays down Chang Gang. A massive leg drop by Tongaloa, sentencing him up. Now both men looking to go blow for blow. Back and forth. Chain Gang asking for more. And another big right hand knocking him down like Anthony Joshua knocked out Jake Paul. Taking off the turnbuckle pad, Tongaloa. Still has his Testimony X schemes in the back of his mind. The mind games. Chain Gang rolling to the apron. Looks like the distraction didn't really hurt Tonga Loa. Maybe it did. Big kick there by Chain Gang. Cover 1, 2. And the Masked Man for Hardcore Evolution pick up another victory.
Here is your winner.
Maybe they were worse for wear. Tonga Loa after getting distracted by Shawn Spears as Chain Gang picks up a victory for Hardcore Evolution. Will this mean we get to see TDA versus GOD at ColdHearted if Tama Tonga is healthy enough to compete for the tag team titles? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting the rematch. As here is the Shield. He was a former #1 contender for the television title. Now he has a non-title matchup against this man.
Representing the LWO from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico. Weighing in at 165 pounds. The ECW World Television Champion,
Dragon Lee, television champion, ended up defeating him and then had a matchup against Oba Femi in which he beat Oba with a little help from the Shield member outside the ring right there. And now it's his turn to try and get another matchup for the television championship if he can defeat him here tonight. So here we go, Shield of Hardcore Evolution taking on Dragon Lee, the television champion rematch from New Year's Smash. Over discus clothesline, Dragon Lee catches him, more chain wrestling. And Dragon Lee using the heart and strength to pick him up in the corner. Going at it again, these two. Locking up. Dragon Lee again getting the upper hand. A reversal by Shield. Wrenching on the arm of Shield. Got that elbow trapped. The shoulder. Oh, and taking out the legs of Dragon Lee. And now an elbow drop. Dragon Lee starting to get up. Shield playing mind games here. Drop down. Another drop down. Big clothesline misses. Dragon Lee now. Look at this. Big sit out powerbomb. Lee out of nowhere. A reversal here by Shield. Now locking up again. And Lee's pretty much won all three. And a big DDT. Lee being incredible here for Unstoppable. Ever since moving brand, standing shooting star cover. The kick out of one. Don't forget, Lee was a part of the Evolution brand. And a big clothesline by Shield. He was a part of the Underground, where he found a more brutal self, but could not find a way to win in Evolution. Got traded for Gunther, and that was all he needed to change his ways Again, going blow for blow with Shield here. We saw it earlier between Chang Gang. And here it is, Shield, big DDT. 1, 2, and no, another big kick out by Dragon Lee. Pop up, Lee reversing, Lee. Code Red, destroying Shield. He goes in the corner, Lee picks him up immediately. Might be going for something huge. Oh. Throws him down. Shield now. The sleeper. The sleeper that we thought was going to tap out Lee. He has not tapped out to this yet. And still able to break out of it. Using the elbows to create some separation. Onto the apron, Lee fired up. What is this? DDT plants the Shield. Oh, but he pops right back up. TNA kick. Of course, champion's advantage in this matchup, this eliminator matchup. Lee using the count to his advantage, hyping up the fans. Count of 4. Lee now shooting through like a cannon. Tope Suicida connects, and Lee continuing the punishment on the outside. Both men missing. Shield able to get him in his grasp, flattens him. Referee finally getting both men back in. Shield going up top. High risk maneuver. Lee back to his feet, crowns him. And another cover for Shield. And Lee again barely kicking out, using just that shoulder. Just enough, and a big knee. Big knee by Lee. No, almost put away Shield. For a second time. Gonna have to go for that dragon driver. And a big forearm. Another one. In the corner. Big clothesline. And a bulldog. What a combo. Uh-oh. Shades of Rollins. Stomp. Curb stomp connects. Cover. Is that enough to beat Dragon Lee? No, it's not. And yes, he should be frustrated. Lee is kicked out, not tapped out of everything. And now Lee taking down the knee pad. Might be looking for another big knee. Reversal. Into another DDT. That's gotta be enough to pin the champion. 1, 2, and Lee has been defeated for the first time since being champion. Oba Femi. Oh, and wait a minute. Oba just took out Dragon Lee too. Taking out both Shield and Lee. Oba feeling like he didn't have a fair chance in his matchup last week. Takes out both members. As the television title picture is getting a little chaotic for Unstoppable. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Unstoppable World Heavyweight Champion, the Badass Dog, Braun Breaker. After watching Adrian's match last week, he has some words to say to the Unstoppable Universe. And immediately calling Adrian out here. And Adrian accepting a match for Cold-Hearted. Braun Breaker said, I didn't have anything to do with those goons. So I'm going to give you that fair match that you wanted at Cold-Hearted. So it will be Adrian the Destroyer taking on Braun Breaker for the Unstoppable World Heavyweight Championship at Cold-Hearted. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our main event, Falls Count Anywhere, here tonight between the former women's champion, the Queen of Extreme, Jade Cargill. The Storm has arrived.
The following is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Making her way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, of course, trying to redeem herself after losing her title to Jazz at New Year's Smash. Looking to pick up the pace in her rematch at Cold-Hearted. As this just in, the Unstoppable officials have made it official that it will be Jade Cargill and Jazz one-on-one for the rematch for Jade Cargill's Unstoppable Women's Championship. But first she has to face her fears here tonight and defeat Hollywood Haley J, which she could not do a couple of weeks ago before her big title open challenge. Looking to do it in a unique fashion here tonight. Falls Count Anywhere, of course. You can go anywhere in the building to pin or submit your opponent here tonight in our main event.
From Tennessee, Hollywood Haley J.
Of course, Haley J trying to make it unanimous here that she should be the one facing Jazz instead of Jade. As the title picture has really been swirling around 4 women in the past couple of weeks. Hollywood Haley J, of course, knocking on the doorstep. And don't forget about Rhea Ripley, who made her return by accepting Women's Wrestler of the Year for the 2nd time in a row. So she will also be watching this matchup very closely when it comes to these 2 women. So here we go, Jade Cargill, Queen of Extreme, taking on Hollywood Haley J. Falls Count Anywhere. A big pounce by Jade to kick off the matchup. She is hyped as ever after losing her gold disaster kick by Haley. But it was the resilience of Haley 2 weeks ago that made Jade Cargill not be able to beat her. Now look at this, Haley wrenching on the arms of Jade and a double stomp to the back. Baddest in the Booze just does not play any games. She wants to take names, kick ass, and go home with a paycheck. And Jade popping out. Haley a little surprised by that. Now Haley looking for a weapon to try and even the odds. She is a little shorter than Jade after all. And Jade with a big chop. Almost as rough as those kendo stick shots. Stomping on the face and chest of Haley. Now looking for a springboard perhaps. Haley able to dodge. Jade hit that kendo stick on her landing. And a ripcord forearm by Haley J. Haley in the corner using those legs. Looking for a running start here. Oh, telling her to kiss it. A tree of woe there. Haley again able to dodge out of harm's way. Cargill lifting up Haley again, using that strength I was talking about. Last ride powerbomb, middle of the ring. And Haley able to brush it off. 2 count there. Yes, Cargill fired up. And Haley able to escape. Might have been good for Haley. Able to toss Jade Cargill off the top rope. Now going for her own cover. And a kick out at 1. Problem with Haley J is her short temper. You can see her getting frustrated with each 1 count there, which could cost her the matchup. Jade Cargill catches her. Looking for jaded Haley. Shaking her head like, please, not me. Plants her. Is that enough? Cover. 1, 2, and Haley kicks out. And Haley's smart enough to roll outside the ring. Jade Cargill with a kendo stick in hand. Haley able to catch her breath, regain her whereabouts. And Jade Cargill saying, what the hell? Big crossbody on the outside. You know, for false count anywhere, they sure love the inside of the ring. Haley, or excuse me, Jade sends her in the corner. Oh, throws her shoulder first right into the LED post. And now with a kendo stick, assaulting Haley J. Cover. And Haley kicks out at 2. Jade again lifting up Haley. Another sit-out powerbomb. Cargill, what's she looking for here? Pop up by Haley. Jade misses. Haley can capitalize. Off the ropes. Oh, throws her outside the ring. Maybe that was planned by Jade to try and create separation. Big splash by Haley. And a cover by Haley J again. False count anywhere. And Jade kicks out at 2. And again, Haley cannot believe it. Feels like this should be over with. Haley throwing her back into the ring. Another kendo stick in hand. Jade gonna pick up her own. Kendo stick duel. Haley hits first. Jade worse for wear. Able to reverse though, playing cat and mouse. Jade now ducks under. Leapfrog. Cargill takes her down with a clothesline. It might be looking for a second Jaded. Oh, this time goes the springboard again. Another miss. Too many costly errors for Jade. Haley fighting back, clothesline after clothesline. Takes out the legs of Jade. And another cover. And Jade again kicking out. Haley's going to have to hit her with that Kinshasa. Might have been what she was looking for there. But Jade reversing now. Haley dodges, might have been dodging the Jaded there. Reversal after reversal. Jade Cargill catches her in the corner. Jaded using the ropes of the turnbuckles, my God. And Jade able to pick up the victory over Haley J.
Here is your winner, Jade Cargill.
Again, the redemption tour for the Queen of Extreme has officially started. After defeating Haley J here tonight, she now has a date with Jazz 2 weeks from now. Cold-Hearted pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that little bell. And as always, have a good night.